Hey everyone, today I'm just going to be doing a quick tutorial on Power Automate Desktop. This is with Power Effects enabled, but again, it should be pretty similar to the legacy version. In this tutorial, I'm just going to be showing you quickly how to download attachments locally from email. So it's not as straightforward as you think, especially with the Office 365 activities. For some reason, there is no native download attachments, so it can kind of be a bit confusing. So I thought I'd just show you guys how to do that here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to declare a few variables that we're going to be using later. So we're going to set two. I'm going to call this local folder, or we can call, local folder. And this is just going to be the place where the files will be downloaded to locally. So I've created a folder on my system in my temp folder on my C drive, just called Power Automate. I'm going to create another folder, and this is going to hold the file that I've downloaded from Outlook. So I will just call it file name. And as a default value, I'm just going to call it blank. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the get emails action, v3. And again, I apologize if you can hear my keyboard. I have a really loud one. So our original mailbox address, that is the email address in which the email is going to be located that you want to download the attachments from. Or sorry, let me quickly get my email. Okay. Oops, where did it go? And this is the email that I'm also using in the actual connector. I have a separate folder that I'm using to store my emails. I have an Outlook rule. This might quite literally be in your inbox. So it just depends on your current setup. I have a folder called Power Automate. And of course, you can set up your own rules here if you have some. In my use case, every single email in the Power Automate folder is an email that I want to download attachments from. So only fetch unread messages. I'm going to keep that as true. Include attachments. True, advanced. I'm going to say only with attachments, just for my specific use case. I'm just going to call this get emails array. Okay, now we're going to loop through each email. So we're going to get a for each. And we're going to set this to get emails array value, current email. Right? And now we have to loop a second time, and now we're going to be looping through each attachment on the email. So current email attachments. And we're going to call this current attachment. Okay. Now I'm going to set a breakpoint. And the reason why we're doing this is because first, we want to know the attachment type. We're going to have to do an if statement to make sure that we're downloading the right attachment type. The reason why we need to do this is because if you have let's say you work in a corporate setting or a business setting, the likelihood of like the email containing a bunch of signature pictures is high. So the way Get Emails v3 works, the attachments is not just the attachment that somebody adds in an email. Attachments is literally if somebody has a screenshot in an email, all the signature pictures in an email as well. So you want to make sure you're not downloading 10 billion signature business icons. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you're downloading the actual attachment. So let's just make sure we're downloading the right attachment type. So let's go ahead and see what it's called. So I'm just going to run this quickly. And I do have an email right now in my folder with an attachment. So let's see, current attachment. View. Okay, the content type is text/CSV, which is the one we want. Now you might have to loop through this a few times. So I'm just lucky that the first attachment that I grabbed was the CSV file. If yours is showing like a picture or something, you might just have to keep looping until it's grabbing the right attachment. So text/CSV. We just have to remember that. So now what we want to do is we're going to have an if statement. right down here. And we're going to say if current attachment I don't know why that wasn't in the dropdown. Current attachment dot content type equals text / CSV. Then we want to download the attachment. The download the attachment is not straightforward. And I had to dig through a bunch of forums to find this. I don't know why it was so, I guess, hidden. What you need to do is convert base64 to file, and that is how you actually download the file locally. So base64 encoded text is going to be your current attachment dot content bytes. And the file path, we're going to have to create it. So let's use the concatenate just to put two strings together. And I'm going to hit my local folder, and the second string is going to be we'll just keep it the actual name of the attachment. So current attachment.name. If file exists, we're just going to overwrite it. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set the variable again. So I'm just going to paste this down here. But instead of keeping it blank, we're going to do what we just did. So we're going to concatenate. And we're going to put my local folder and current attachment.name. There we go. And just to show you, my folder is currently empty, my temp powerautomate. So let's just do a little if statement at the bottom. If you guys wanted to add further logic to your flow, what we would do here is if current name does not equal blank, right? And let's add a log. And we're just going to say file found. And of course, you guys would add whatever logic you need to add here. So let's go ahead and run this. There you go. Let's take a look. There's my CSV. So that's just a quick tutorial on how to download attachments from Outlook 365 to your local system using Power Automate Desktop. Best practice here might be to, mark the mail as unread once you've found it and downloaded the file, or once you're done processing it. But yeah, and that's how you do it. So hopefully this is beneficial to you guys, and I will upload more videos in the future.